and welcome to Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. And joining me today is none other than the man who looks like a boy, but is definitely a man. And without him, starting from humble beginnings all the way to where he's at now, and he's going to be a mainstay one day in Tennessee, North Carolina, and Virginia very soon, and a city coming towards you. You don't never know him. He's the anti-hero, Mr. Christian Lee. Christian, how are you tonight?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to have you here, Christian, tonight on the show. First and foremost, we got to start way back as a little tyke with you. What's your earliest memory of professional wrestling, and what made you want to be a professional wrestler?
Earliest moment, I didn't get into pro wrestling until like 2010 when I was little, or all that. I was 6 years old or 7 or 8. Can't remember because I was a little kid back then. I started watching Monday Night Raw. My dad put it on, and basically it was the Raw when the Nexus debuted, took out John Cena. So that was the first episode of Raw. And then SmackDown, I'll tell you what, the man who scared me the most when I started watching was Kane. Like every time I would see that man, I would go in my closet or something like that, because I would I was a little kid and I was scared of him. So those are like my earliest memories, so I could say.
And what made you want to be a professional wrestler? What made you want to start?
Well, it was like, I think 2015 or 2016 when I was getting ready to go in middle school. I went to a WWE live show in Junction City, and seeing it live in person for the first time kind of gave me a feeling like this is what I want to do. Like, straight up, sent chills down my spine, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this. And then fast forward, I'm getting ready to graduate high school. I go to a promotion which is called WASP, and we all know I work for WASP, right? I go there. I see their first, the first show back in years, and I go, I watch it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm doing this.
Well, that brings an interesting point up. How did you break into the business, and who trained you?
Let's see. I, started training in Scotty Campbell's backyard, but it was his backyard till it was in the front yard. If you don't know who Scotty Campbell is, he runs beside the ring wrestling. My trainer, the guy who trained me, is Chance Gibson Jr., and we still train. We still go at it. He was trained by off of the Wild Samoan. So that's how he's, a good trainer and, really well-rounded, and he knows what to do.
Now, we got to work with you at the former School of Morton and also Smoky Mountain Pro. We got to see firsthand at times the incredible things that you were able to do and accomplish inside the ring. Since then, how have things been going for you?
Well, the last time I was there, I got my throat smashed by Commodore Legion, and since then I can't really swallow my food good. But either way, I've been doing good, getting back on the indie scene, and doing my thing.
Well, that kind of is very interesting that you say that you're kind of back on the indie scene, because there's somebody else back on the indie scene, and we gotta know. Do you kind of worry about him, especially since you're the anti-hero and he's this big hero all across the land, Mr. Uncle Slam?
Did you just say Uncle Slam?
Yeah.
Man, I gotta go back. He grew up in Mountain City, and we went to the same school together. And we were childhood friends. So basically, I know him like the back of my hand. So
you don't even think that he's any competition for you whatsoever?
No, if we had to get down to business and wrestle one-on-one in a ring, then yeah, maybe. But I'm just saying, I'm not worried about him. If he's competition, then I'll have no problem.
Well, then what are your thoughts on the competition, such as not limited to Devon Belcher, Blade Gibson, Luke Fury, the okayest wrestler in all the land, and Gaston LaRue? Just to name a few that you may face.
Let's see. Devon Belcher, I'd smash. Blake Gibson, I'd smash. Anybody that you mentioned, I'd smash. Like, they get in my way, they're just gonna go late, like they're gonna freaking, get laid out and all that. So I have no problem putting everybody down.
You're not living in reality, I don't think. I mean, I'm sorry. I apologize to be kind of hateful about it, but you're talking about a prime college athlete, one of the best, Devon Belcher. You're talking about the future of the industry, Blade Gibson. You're talking about the kids of Fury, Luke Fury, the okayest wrestler, Alfie Kessler, Gaston LaRue. I mean, and you just sit here and say you're just going to smash them openly?
Like Roman Reigns smashed everybody when he was the Universal Champion.
He was champion. He had already climbed the peak. He was already at the top of the mountain, Christian.
But here's the thing, and here's the reason why I say that. Growing up, I was never afraid to get bold and brash. I was never afraid to speak my mind. I was never afraid to throw a fist at somebody's face. So that's kind of why I am like who I am. And that's why I'm not afraid, to take down anybody, especially the guys you mentioned.
Even if it's Get 'em Kilgore?
Dude, I've beat Get 'em Kilgore before. It's not a problem. Even though his dad had to smash my throat with a chair, but I beat his dad too.
I mean, you were running your mouth awful hard.
Yeah.
Don't you think you kind of deserve that chair?
I mean, I'm the anti-hero. I mean, I'm not. I wouldn't call me a good guy, and I'm not really a bad guy. I'm just the guy.
Speaking of the guy, coming up, you've got some appearances that are going to be taking place Saturday, November 15th, 2025 at WASP in Mountain City, Tennessee. I believe that's going to be at the Forge Creek Community Center. Is that correct?
Yep.
What's going to be going on there?
Well, first and foremost, if I have to deal with Miles Long after what he did, I'm going to. Because not only is he's a deadbeat, right? He says that I don't come from his loins. And he says there's no way. So doing that, he attacks me after my match, tries to embarrass me, and then just gets on the mic and says what he's got to say. But in reality, he's a deadbeat. And if I have to beat some sense into him, I'm going to. Or I'll call Mama Lee, and maybe she'll teach him something about being a man.
You got to have your mama fight your battles for you, Christian Lee?
I mean, the man wanted to leave when I was a toddler, so...
How does that make you feel? Does it give you a complex?
It's built something inside me. Like anger or... it's been 22 years that he's been gone doing this. And to think he's been out there wrestling and being my tag team partner. And here's the thing. I didn't know he was my dad when he was my tag team partner. I thought he was my tag team partner until I found out he's my father. And then I figure out that's where he's been all this time.
So 22 years he leaves, he comes back, he becomes your tag team partner. This has got some really good drama. This is some Jerry Springer crap right here. Comes back and he's your tag team partner. You find out he's your father. You try to make amends with him, try to figure out what's been going on with him, and he just completely blows you off again.
Yep.
There's got to be something on the inside of you that is burning for real answers here, and we hope that you get them one day. I hope you get them.
Even if I have to smack the absolute, crap out of him, because I can't say whatever. But if I have to smack the absolute crap out of him to get the answers that I need, I'm going to.
Do you think it's going to come to that?
Yeah. If he keeps on running around like a coward that he is, yeah.
Do you think you'll have to make a special phone call to your best friend that you mentioned earlier, old Uncle Slam?
I think I might have to. And sorry, I had to move my camera. So there we go. But anyways, yeah, I think I'm going to have to. Some point.
Well,
if he gets into my head too much.
I mean, if If he runs now, what are the options that you're ever going to get the answers you need and deserve?
Let's see here. If that comes to that point, I'm pretty sure Uncle Slam will get all the answers he needs.
All right, moving on. We know that you've got some appearances going to be at Rated R Wrestling. I'm not sure where this one's going to be at, but I do know that the doors, it's going to be Saturday, November 22nd. The doors are going to be opening at 6:30 p.m. Bell time will be 7:30 p.m. Where's it going to be at, sir?
The Johnson County National Guard Armory. Or not Johnson County, Johnson City.
Johnson City.
Yeah.
That's 253 Don May Drive, if I'm not mistaken here. Let's get the graphic up on the screen for you. Parabellum is what's going to be going on. And we mentioned some of these people earlier. Devon Belcher's right there. You see Blade Gibson right there. And you've got a slew of great talent that's going to be at Rated R Wrestling right there on Saturday, November 22nd. The doors are going to be opening at 6:30 p.m. The bell time will be at 7:30 p.m. That's going to be Eastern Standard Time for those of you that are watching. And what are you hoping goes on right here at Parabellum?
That I go on, win my match, and go on, right? You listen to this part. Go on and become champion. That's all. That's the reason why I came back to Rated R. 5 months being gone, and I come back with a plan. And that plan is become champion. That I deserve to be.
You deserve to be the champion?
I deserve to be a champion.
You're oozing a little bit of cockiness here.
I'm the anti-hero. What do you expect? Oh, well, I just knocked over my camera. But
that's okay. Your phone's the anti-hero right now. It doesn't like the answers you're giving it. Yeah. That's all right, Christian Lee. But you're oozing a little bit of arrogance. You think that you deserve to be the champion. The only thing that we deserve in life is to stay white and die right now. I mean, that's it. Death and taxes are the only things insured to us that's guaranteed. So by you saying that you deserve to be the champion, I mean, you have to lay it out for us. What is your vendetta and why do you want to be the champion?
Well, my vendetta is because I've been there for 2 years. In those 2 years, I've been used and all that by everybody. I've been cheated. I've been humiliated. And I've been cheated out of opportunities. Like I said, I went into the ultimate opportunity, their ladder match. Or not really a ladder match. It's just a briefcase on a pole that you had to climb up. But anyways, I've been cheated out of that 3 years in a row.
Maybe you just didn't work hard enough for it.
Maybe it's that. But there's something.
Pardon me, Christian Lee. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just trying to tell you the truth here. I'm your friend. I'll tell you to your face. Sometimes you got to earn stuff in life. It's just not given to you. It's just not handed to you. You got to go out there and make it happen. And for you to come on here and sit here and say that you deserve that title because you've been there for 2 years, well, guess what? There's people who've been in the industry 15 and 20 years that have just recently won a title that they probably should have had 5 or 6 years ago. Yep. Maybe longer than that. You know what I mean?
Yep, I know what you mean.
So, I mean, you gotta lay it out a little bit more than that. Who's the current champion, and why do you want their title so bad?
Well, the fun part is, and you know, I didn't mention the specific title I'm going after.
Fill us in.
The ROW Cruiserweight Championship. That title that has always eluded me. I've been chasing it and chasing it and chasing it for about almost 3 years. And time again, I've been screwed. I've been cheated. Heck, I've been in, like, I couldn't even show up. But anyways.
It sounds to me like you need somebody in your corner. You need somebody to have your back. Somebody that will watch over you and protect you from getting screwed and taken advantage of and losing these matches. And, you know, we've met some people along the way, and you might want to give them a consideration amount here when we mention some names. But there's some people like the Ravishing Reed out there in the world that might be able to take you on as a client if you'd be so willing to be intrigued by his presence. Reed's a winner, and he gets results, baby. So, and he requires the best of all his talent, and that would even require it of you. Do you think you could work with somebody such as the Ravishing Reed to make that happen?
You know who you're talking to. I can work with anybody, and then probably be gold at it. So,
all right, we're going to move on just a little bit from that. We know that you are part of TCW, that's Triton Championship Wrestling. You are a part of the Chance for Gold. Tell us about what happened there.
Well, it was a memorial show for Blake Gibson's dad that passed away back in 2017, I think. And all the guys that were there were his friends and people he trained. So Uncle Slam was there apparently, and he worked the sexy one, Jeff Klepper, even though he looks like a Freddie Mercury wannabe. But anyways.
That's my friend. He was on this show just a couple months ago. How can you say such a thing about him?
I mean, he does.
A Freddie Mercury wannabe. That's a pretty good one there.
He wears a sparkling jacket. He's got the tiny trunks. He's even got the mustache. Like, what else could you want?
For him to sing, apparently. I mean, that's the only thing he's missing from the package. But my Lord, he'd probably break everybody's ears if he tried.
Oh, God.
So I don't want to hear that.
Oh, God, please don't sing.
That's horrible.
I know puberty hasn't hit me hard enough yet, but good God, if Jeff Klepper sings, he's going to break every freaking glass around the world.
All right, so you're at Triton. Uncle Slam's at Triton. Uncle Slam's working at Triton. You're at Triton as well. Tell us what happened. Tell us what went down. I mean, you were working with Jeff Klepper.
Uncle Slam was working Jeff Klepper. I was in the Battle Royal, the Memorial Battle Royal. I didn't last very too long because I got thrown out by a 7. No, he's not 7 foot. He's like almost 7 foot, but he couldn't even lace my boots. So I get spine bustered. I get thrown out in 5 minutes. So
it was like 4 minutes and 13 seconds, something like that. 14 seconds. You're in and out of there pretty quick.
Don't remind me, please. But okay, all right. You know what? I'll give you the feather in my cap. I you know what? For you keeping time the way you do, I got you. You get a big feather in my cap.
Well, we have to keep up with things here, but we want to know what you have to say about it. I mean, we have people who come on this show like the Golden Child, Evan Golden, who likes to embellish everything that actually happened and twist it in his favor in his magical unicorn crapland that he lives in. And so we've got to, get the truth out of it. And I'm just trying to see if you're going to tell me the truth or if you're going to lie to me directly on the show so that we can keep up with what's going on.
I mean, here's the thing. I thought it was total bull crap that I got eliminated that quick. I'm just going to say that. I think I deserved better.
Well, we all deserve better at some point in time. The funny thing about a battle royal is you don't ever know who's with you and who's against you, but everybody's against you all the time.
It's every man for himself. Duh.
Well, when you get eliminated like that, especially when you're going up against a tree, I mean, the guy was like 6'10", 6'11", something like that. He about threw you halfway across the ring on more than one occasion.
Well, I've never had luck with giants, so I guess that's my fault.
Well, you need to start growing. You need to eat you some spinach or something to start growing so you can have some luck against them.
Hey, I mean, James Ellsworth was his size, so, and he got a job at WWE.
You kind of look like a knockoff James Ellsworth right now.
Hey, at least I have a chin.
Yeah, well, that's true. You do have a chin.
Well,
all right, so you had some stuff that went on. Uncle Slam had some stuff that went on at TCW. What happened with Uncle Slam? He was facing Jeff Klepper. Uncle Slam gets humiliated?
He was facing Jeff for the WASP Traveling Championship, and he lost.
Sucks to be him.
I mean, and I give Uncle Slam credit. He's trying to make it, and he's trying to win some championship gold. But I'm speaking from a former cruiserweight champion, former tag champion. He needs, something. He needs to get his head out of his butt, or head out of his ass, since you're calling everybody assholes here. And then maybe train harder, and then win championships.
Speaking of Uncle Slam, there he is right there. That was taken at Smoky Mountain Pro earlier in the year. We got to see him there. And he was highly impressive with Christian Lee as well. Both of you guys were highly impressive on the docket. Unfortunately, I didn't see you get a whole bunch of wins, but you definitely both did a whole lot of work out there. And it's very commendable to see. One day you both will be champions somewhere. And we hope that you come back on the show when that day comes. So,
yeah,
go ahead. I'll give you some chance,
yeah.
Scott.
By the way, why does he look like he's drunken too many beers and went to a PA meeting or anything like that?
He does look that way, doesn't he?
He looks like Homer Simpson, but with
that should be the question. Have you heard his voice though? It's like a cracked out Jimmy Hart. He's like, let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna beat somebody.
The man can do impressions like so good. He can even. You remember that time he did a Paul Bear impression?
Yeah, I remember that.
And I was backstage. And I'm like, dude, where are you getting all these impressions from?
He has no idea. Well, with that being said, Christian, we've got to ask you, where do you see yourself in the business in 5 years? Where do you want to be?
Hopefully, somewhere small like the NWA or OVW, somewhere. I wouldn't say I'm going to head to WWE in 5 years, which, trust me, it's going to take a long time because I'm 22 years old and I'm still young and I still have time to, grow into the business and get better, as they say.
That's commendable, especially for your goal to be in the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance. For those of you that don't know, those of you that are just joining us and coming out here, the National Wrestling Alliance is one of the bigger of the smaller operations of the huge companies that are out there. I mean, you've got NWA, TNA, Ring of Honor, which is also a conglomerate of AEW, and you've got WWE, which is kind of at the top in the pinnacle of the mountain. And then you've got, of course, overseas, you've got like the Japanese wrestling companies. You've got a bunch of those that are out there and available. So, for you to say that you want to be in the NWA, that's a very commendable place to be. That's a very smart and wise decision for you to be in a place like that. And I'm going to tell you, man, it's gonna take a lot of hard work and dedication. Richard Harrington said, "There's Christian Lee, Lord mercy." So you got some fans out here talking to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's that dude love, but oh well.
Well, it's going to take a lot of hard work and dedication. I think you can get there if that's your goal, if that's where you want to be, is to impress the right people. And, don't sit here and say it's because I'm young or because I still got a lot of stuff to learn. Everybody's got a lot of stuff to learn, including myself. There's stuff that I learn every day in the business. There's stuff that I learn every day in my professional life, stuff that I learn every day in my personal life. You're always going to learn something. Never stop learning. Always be who you are. Be original to yourself, and it will find you when the time's right. It might take a month, could take 5 months, could take a year, could take 3 years, could take 5 years, but eventually the right people are going to see you and they're going to do something with you.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very commendable thing for you to want that. So moving on from there, we have to ask you about your dream match. What's your dream match? Who would you challenge if you could challenge anyone? And what are you going to do with it?
You said challenge anybody?
Yeah, dream match, baby.
Let's see. I would, and I think I know I'm the person I'm talking about here, but anyways, I would like to go one-on-one against Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy, the charismatic enigma.
Yeah, one of the wrestlers that I love, one of my favorite wrestlers that I grew up watching. Yeah.
What match?
You know what? Since he likes jumping off a high trap, let's make it a tables, ladders, and chairs match.
TLC match with Jeff Hardy. That would be something to see for sure.
Yeah.
Would you do it tag team style or singles?
I'd do it singles.
Gotcha.
If I found me a tag team partner, then yeah, I'll throw on Matt in there too.
There you go. Hardy Brothers versus Christian Lee and a guest partner to be named, to be determined at a future date. Christian, I think that would be a very good match for you. I think that you could learn a lot from those boys. Jeff is very humble, especially now that he's older. He's kind of calmed down. He's had his battles with his demons. He's tried to work them out, and he's definitely worked out a lot of stuff in his personal life. So I think that would be a great match for you guys to have. It looks like you got Richard here. He says, always listen, trust me from an expert. I do know that for a fact.
Yep.
He said experience. So his experience, he knows that for a fact. Well, you know, the Jeff Hardy thing, though, is a very interesting match. I see your styles. I see both of your styles. You and Uncle Slam both. Uncle Slam would be really good against Jeff Hardy, to be honest with you as well, if that's the way that decided to go out, you and your best friend. Maybe there's a tag match there with you and Uncle Slam against the Hardy Boys. Do you think that may be in the future?
I mean, could be. If I choose Uncle Slam instead of somebody else. But
what about old Juan Cena? You like old Juan Cena?
Oh, man, no. Juan Cena. First off, I thought that was like a meme when I first saw it. But
it was real.
Wasn't.
That was real. I heard about that. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
All right. So your dream matches with Jeff Hardy, how do you play it out? Where do you want it to be? I mean, what arena would you like it to be at? What company do you want to be working for if it ever takes place?
If it ever takes place, then I would love it to be possibly in WWE NXT, maybe.
Very
If not, then WASP. If they are paid Jeff Hardy to do it. But, oh well.
Well, since we're kind of going mainstream here, you brought up some big names. I'm going to bring some up too. Christian Lee, here is the mainstream question for the night. Do you approve of John Cena beating Dirty Dom and winning his Intercontinental Championship to become the Grand Slam champion?
Well, I'll say yes, and I'm also going to say this. It took his ass long enough. So
yeah, I kind of alluded to that earlier too. I think it took him a little bit longer. I think that he was trying to fry bigger fish for many years, carry the company on his back, and he could have put any title over that he wanted to and made big. And he decided for many, many years to avoid the Intercontinental Championship. And for some reason, I think that he wanted it before he goes away. I don't know if it's a good move or a bad move for him, but I also think that we're going to lead this into the next question. Do you think that they're setting something up between him and Dirty Dom, or do you think that John Cena is going to be trying to gain the pinnacle and only do something that very few have done before and leave a double champion by not only having the Intercontinental Championship, but winning the world title?
I don't see the double champion thing happening, but I think this is going to lead into Dirty Dom becoming babyface. That's where I think. I could be wrong, but I think John Cena took the title, right? And I think he's going to retire with the title and then vacate, and then they're going to have a tournament for it on, Raw or SmackDown or wherever. So.
Well, see, I think that's what's going to happen, but I think that he'll do it as a dual champion. I think that that's the goal here is I think that he gets the Intercontinental Championship, and I also think that he gains the world title from CM Punk. I think that he just beats them two magically, and the next night on Raw, he retires and goes flying off into the sunset and vacates both titles. And it gives him not only the record in WWE, which he's currently got, but it gives him an extra chink in his armor for the record. But it also makes it that much more harder for anybody to attain the record from him, which if we're really counting championships, Ric Flair is the all-time champion. He has unsanctioned titles that aren't even counted, like 26 unsanctioned title reigns that are not even counted. So, but if you're counting the sanctioned titles, that would give him the reign. It would make him Superman of the title. So I think that that's where they're kind of pushing it. The other thing is what do you think happens when he vacates that title? Who do you think they set up? Is it LA Knight? Do you think they go with Gunther? Do you think they run with Braun Breaker? I mean, who do you think they go with the Intercontinental Championship? And who do you think they put in the Heavyweight Championship?
It's an overrated pick, I guess. That's what you could probably call it. But for the Intercontinental title, I got Rusev.
Really? That's a really good pick. And it's really underrated, too, because when you look at the body of work that Rusev has done recently, he's destroying people at a factor unknown. So I like that pick. I really like that pick a lot. What about the world title?
I have to give it to either Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker.
I don't know if I agree with the Bronson Reed. I think Braun Breaker would be the one that would retain it or get it. I also think that they're trying to look a little bit younger and appeal to a new fan base, new fan era. I don't think that CM Punk's going to try to go away without a fight, but I also believe Seth Rollins throws his name in the hat somewhere to try and regain that. And we know the flamboyant, charismatic, crazy man Seth Rollins can be, Christian Lee. And just coming from you to me, the man might look like Big Bird hit a brick wall on a Tuesday, but he can fight inside that ring. I mean, he can do whatever he wants inside that ring. So I think that he finds a way to get in there somehow, some way. I think Braun Breaker finds a way to get in there somehow, some way. And then I think my last main point on Wrestle Talk tonight, we haven't seen Rhea Ripply for a while. I kind of mentioned this earlier on the radio show, and it was kind of a really good point. I wasn't really thinking about it, but she broke her nose supposedly, and she's supposedly going to be out of action for a while. Do you see her using the dashing Cody Rhodes, the mask, and coming back and using it as that gimmick?
I mean, to be honest, it's if Cody Rhodes lets her. That's the whole point. But anyways, she just came back last night to save Charlotte, Alexa, and Io to set up 4 games against the Nia Jax, Lash Legend, and the Kabuki Warriors.
Yeah,
so
the thing about it is she's still injured. Are they going to let her fully wrestle? I mean, that's really the question, because they set up AJ Lee, they've set up Alexa Bliss, they've also mentioned Trish Stratus. So I mean, I don't really care for Trish Stratus coming back, to be honest with you. I think she's too old, but they've set some people up in her place just in case she's not able to perform.
Well, it's either going to go like this. She's going to bring out a badass mask she wore last year. Like the ones, the devil mask or whatever she wore last year. It's either that or she gets replaced with somebody better.
True that. All right. We're on mainstream, so I'm going to talk to you about Samoa Joe real quick. And Hangman Page, we know that world title is up for grabs. They're always running something. And it looks like Samoa Joe has finally aligned himself with a couple people here. Do you feel like he regains that title within the next coming year?
Well, I know some people are going to get mad about this and get, angry at what I'm about to say right now. But no. Please, no. Do not let Samoa Joe have back that title.
Why? Why do you feel that way? I want this hot take.
He needs to put over younger talent.
Well, I mean, he is putting over younger talent. You got to think he's taken a 2-year hiatus to work Ring of Honor. He's taken a 1.5 years of that to work with a lot of younger talent and push them over.
Yeah.
So I get where you're coming from. I think that you're feeling like he's too old. He's too old to hold that title, but the man's still a draw. He still sells the crowd out.
Yeah.
So there's a double-edged sword here. Do you give it to the man who sells the crowd out, or the younger kids that are just trying to make a name for themselves?
I think I give it to the older guys, and I'll give it to both, to be honest. So,
well, elaborate. Why would you give it to both? Why would you give it to one, and then why would you give it to the other?
I'd probably just, if it was me and I was booking the show, I'd let the older guy win the title, right? Give him a feel-good moment. Say an older guy that's getting ready to retire and he's never won the specific championship, give it to him. And then a couple months later, have him do the honors of, putting the young talent over and give it to...
And dropping it. Yeah, drop the title, give it to the young talent. Let them go out on a bang. See how the respect and camaraderie goes out. I think we got to see that more than once in WWE when it happened. I'll give you a perfect example. For the U.S. title, when Santino Marella won the U.S. title and he beat Jack Swagger. Now, Jack Swagger was on his way out. He was on his way into AEW at that time. Jack held it a long time. He was a young man himself. And, Santino Marella got it. And the pop was phenomenal for him because he regained something that was so near and dear to his heart that he put on. I mean, no offense, Santino. I know you, buddy. I know you did some bad gimmicks for a long time, but you were comic relief and used as comic relief for a long time. but you finally got to the point that you got over with the crowd, even being comic relief. You did whatever it took to get over. And sometimes, Christian, I think that's what we have to do. And I think that's what you and Uncle Slam will both have to do at WASP, TCW, and RRW coming up this month. You know, you're going to be at WASP the 15th, Saturday, November 15th, 2025, right there at the Forge Creek Community Center in Mountain City, Tennessee.
And by the way, also, November 15th, not only it's WASP, but your boy right here is turning 23 years old. So
that's right. It's your birthday, November 15th, 2025. So happy early birthday from us right here, because I don't know if we'll be able to see you before then or not, but happy early birthday. And it's going to be for Thanksgiving Thunder at WASP as well. So we're going to get to see some good wrestling. You're going to get to be a part of some good wrestling. And we want to invite each and every one of you guys out to see these great shows that are going to be taking place. And then also on Saturday, November 22nd, you're going to be at RRW. That's right. Rated R Wrestling in Johnson City, Tennessee. And you're going to be having some huge stuff go on there. And like you said, you might be having a little bit of an identity crisis from the way it sounds, or you might be having some mental issues from the way it sounds. And we got to know what's going to be going on. So we're going to be keeping a close eye in the days to come on this. We're going to get some answers from you, Uncle Slam, and from some other people at Rated R Wrestling to find out what's going on.
If Uncle Slam shows up, and I'm just going to say this, if I'm not there and he shows up, then yeah, you know everything you need to know.
Absolutely. Christian Lee, I'm going to give you the final words for tonight. Well, before we do final words, do you currently have any merchandise for sale?
Not yet, but there are going to be Slam Buddies available soon. And Pro Wrestling Tees, I'm dropping some shirts soon. Still getting made. So when they get made, I'm going to post a link. I'm going to post it on my Facebook. Go visit Pro Wrestling Tees, get your t-shirt, and go get a Christian Lee Slam Buddy when they get made.
Awesome. And we will share that link as soon as it's available, made available to us. We will let everybody that's out there watching know specifically when it's going to be coming out. And thank you so much for that. Final words tonight, Christian Lee. I'm going to give you the mic.
Final words. Had fun. Had a blast. Everything we talked about seemed pretty good. But all the points, all these wrestling shows, and all the guys you mentioned, they just don't hold up to me. But I got to give it to Jeff Hardy or all those other guys that are in other promotions that are bigger promotions. I got to give it to them. But anyways, this was a good podcast. And thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Hey, if any promoter is out there wanting to book you, how do they do it, sir?
Contact me on Facebook. Shoot me a message on Messenger. Or you can contact me on Gmail. I'm not going to give out my shoot name, but yep.
So he's going to be on, I'm going to put it up for you. I'm sorry about that. It popped down. He's going to be on Facebook at Christian Lee. He shows the anti-hero right here for you, and you can see his page directly right there. So go ahead and shoot him a message off this message button, or you can contact him directly on Facebook to get him booked for your shows coming up. Christian Lee, thank you. It's been a great pleasure tonight having you here, sir. And remember, if there's anything that we can do for you in the future, we'd love to do that for you. Just shoot us a message. We'd let you know.
Yep. Sounds good.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. And thank you guys, each and every one of you. And before we go, we want to remind you that you can become a Power Slam member on Buzzsprout. You can catch all of our radio shows, all of our podcasts, all of our video casts directly. All you got to do is scan that QR code today, become a Power Slam member. And for as little as $3 a month, guys, that's how you help us keep the lights, the water, and the show going. So we'd love to have you. And also you can get your merchandise through streamlabs.com/Arabbidb3aver/merch, or you can scan that QR code right there and get you a nice polo like this or a beautiful hoodie for this winter time. We got lots of colors available for you as well. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight. And remember, you all heard it here first on Wrestle Talk with Arabbidb3aver. Stick around, Christian. We'll be back soon. Bye.